Hi everybody, this is Abby and this is a video on Mars in Capricorn. So Mars in the natal chart is your sort of aggressive self. It's your sexuality, it's your masculinity, even if you're a female. It's your fight or flight. It's kind of your inner caveman. If you want more information on just what Mars is in the natal chart, I do have a video out there, and I think it's just called Mars in the natal chart, but that'll give you more information on what Mars actually represents. Now, Capricorn is an earth sign, and it's the most advanced of the earth signs, most advanced because it's the farthest along on the zodiac wheel, this way. When Mars is in an earth sign, it likes to focus that energy into work. Work. That's what earth signs do. There's probably no more serious worker than a Capricorn, because Capricorns basically represent the CEOs of the world, the father figure. Saturn is the natural ruler of Capricorn, and Saturn in mythology is like the old crone, father time, the pacemaker. This is sort of like a somber sign, very serious, very businesslike. Capricorn is also a cardinal sign. So what cardinal signs are they represent the beginnings of the seasons, and Capricorn represents the beginning of winter. Capricorns themselves can be cold, and it's not that earth signs are cold. They're actually very sensual when you get down to it, but Capricorns tend to be kind of depressed, kind of pessimistic, and that's that Saturn influence on them. With all that said, Mars in Capricorn is actually a really good placement for Mars. It's like one of the best placements Mars can be in. It's called exalted in Mars. That's the term that is used in traditional astrology. If Aries is the natural sign for Mars to be in, and Scorpio, then Capricorn is like its best friend's house. The keywords for people with Mars in Capricorn are going to be controlled, ambitious, achievement-oriented. And these are people that are willing to start at the very bottom and work their way up. These are people that are willing and want to go in at the bottom and just climb a ladder. Capricorn is the goat, and the goat is like the mountain goat. And a mountain goat starts at the bottom and works its way up the mountain. When I think of Mars in Capricorn, I think of a general, a leader of an army, someone who is behind the scenes, very controlled. If you watch Game of Thrones, Tywin Lannister is Mars in Capricorn. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, this is a man who rules a very powerful family, but when he was a young child, his father had really made a mockery of the family, and he, as like a 10-year-old kid, started to change that. This is a figure of authority. This is someone who, when you're in their presence, you stop laughing. This is the ultimate father figure. If you have Mars in Capricorn as a child, you're a little bit more somber than the rest of the kids, because you feel like an old person in a young person's body. And I call this the Capricorn Benjamin Button syndrome. When you get older, you start to feel younger, which is good. And Capricorn, anything, ages really well. So if you have this placement, that's going to contribute to you aging well. And I don't just mean maturity-wise. I mean physically, you're going to age well. They have wonderful bone structure because Capricorn rules the bones. So they usually have kind of a slim look about them. And even if you don't have anything else but Mars in Capricorn, you probably have a nice bone structure. You just have something to be envied, especially when you get older and all the fat kind of goes away, the fat of youth, and you're left with skin and bones, and you just have this really nice look about you. You are the strategists of the world. You are the people who come up with a plan. You dedicate yourselves to it. You have the discipline to see it through, and you will get to where you want to be. You are very resourceful people. Everything is a long game for you. You're all about the long game. You'll never act impulsively. This isn't a spontaneous sign. In fact, that's why childhood is so hard for Capricorn, anything really. In childhood, you're expected to be a kid. You're expected to be spontaneous, you're expected to play, and Capricorn just isn't good at playing. They're good at business, they're good at work. This is a hard-headed individual. So someone with this placement is naturally good at business. And the reason why you like to work hard is because you want to put in the effort. Earth signs want to put in the work because they want tangible results. The bad things about this placement, and really any in Capricorn, are that you can be way too status driven. You can be driven not just for money, but really what money can buy you. So it can buy you a higher, loftier status in your social world, in the community. It can buy you political positions if you want that, because you like control. Sometimes you're not even very good at social stuff, but you have the self-discipline and control to learn the tact that you need to get what you want. But you will always have an element of calculation about you. People can get turned off by that. It's not that you mean to hurt people, and it's not that you mean to see them as stepping stones, but you do, and people don't like that. But you do have the common sense to not really let people know when you're taking advantage. Honestly, Mars in Capricorn, anything Capricorn really, but Mars too, likes to go into something with a pre-established structure. And that's really what life is all about for Mars and Capricorn people, is they want to master everything that's already established in the world. You learn the rules, and then you follow them until you're the last man standing on top. You can outpatience everyone else, if that makes any sense. And you have the ambition to really get to the top, and just basically because everyone else gives up. Cardinal signs are good at starting things. They're good at being bosses, and Capricorn is probably the bossiest sign. Maybe Aries is a little bossy actually. And Cancer is bossy at home. Capricorn is the boss, like the business boss. And it just has that boss demeanor, like that authority that you don't want to cross. It's not because you're afraid of what Capricorn will do. This isn't like Mars in Scorpio, which is basically someone that has their finger on the button of like weapons of mass destruction, and you can sense that, and you're like, I do not want to step on this trigger. Mars in Capricorn is like, I don't want to disappoint this person, kind of how you feel about your parents when you're young. So let's talk about sexuality. Mars in Capricorn has a lot of self-control and discipline, which obviously can be a really good benefit in the bedroom, because this is someone who will learn what they need to learn about their partner. But this is not a placement that's going to be spontaneous. Capricorn can seem kind of cold in the bedroom, and that's just because they have that sort of coldness about them. I've dated a few Capricorns, so it's really just because they're so serious, and you know, like it clashes with my sign because I'm an Aries, so I probably just see them as cold, but they're not really. Air signs are really the cold signs because they're detached and objective. Earth signs are earthy and sensual. It's just that with Capricorn, the sensuality is very covered up by this need to be in control. If you have a purpose, if you're in a committed partnership and you have the purpose of getting pregnant, for example, the Mars in Capricorn, whether it's the male or the female, will be like all business about it. They have a goal and they're going to reach that goal. So they're going to be like tracking ovulation times and, you know, being like, let's do this. Like, they're not going to be like, wow, this is so fun. You know, that's not Mars and Capricorn. So that's it. That's all I've got on Mars and Capricorn right now. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them. And thank you for watching. Bye.